Hello everybody, welcome to That's Football. I'm Mark Goldbridge and this is your last group stage game of the Champions League. It's all going on because everybody literally is going on at the same time. Chelsea, Napoli, PSG, Newcastle, Frankfurt, Spurs, Karabag, Liverpool and Arsenal against K-Rats. I think that's right as well. So five English Premier League sides in action. Some of them are safe, some of them aren't, and we'll also keep you up to date with everything that is going on because let's not forget, the top 8, it's a really big thing for the top 8 because the top 8 goes straight into the last 16, whereas from 8th place to 20, oh God, I'm trying to do the maths here, 60, from 9th place to 24th, you play each other in an extra 2 games qualifiers. So you're not out, but you are giving yourself 2 extra games, which, let's be honest, nobody really wants. So the league situation at the moment, Arsenal are definitely through. They've got 21 points and the cut-off for 9th at the moment is 13 points. Bayern Munich also definitely through. But apart from that, apart from Bayern and Arsenal, nobody else is safe. Real Madrid and Liverpool are on 15 points. Of course, Liverpool are at home to Karabag, so you would expect them to be okay. Real Madrid play Benfica, and Benfica with a win could get themselves into the qualifiers. So they're out of them at the moment, so that could be problematic for Real Madrid. Spurs in 5th place on 14 points, only a point ahead of 9th place Barcelona. Spurs go to Frankfurt, who've had an absolute bloody nightmare and can't even make it into the qualifiers. So does that play into the hands of Spurs? Probably. PSG are playing Newcastle. It's 6th against 7th. That's one of our featured games. One of them loses, they probably drop into the qualifiers, to be honest with you. And then Chelsea in 8th place away to Napoli, who also need to win to get into the top 24 because they're in 25th. So if Chelsea lose, they're probably in the qualifiers. If Napoli win, they're probably in the qualifiers. Interesting. Of course, Barcelona in 9th as well. Sporting in 10th. And Manchester City are playing Galatasaray. They're in 11th as well. There's a lot of potential for change. Even Inter Milan, who a couple of weeks ago were doing really well. They've lost 3 games in a row in the Champions League, Inter Milan. They've dropped out of the top 4 into 14th place. So there's a lot of teams that are going to be thinking, if we win our game, we put ourselves into the top 8. And there's teams in the top 8 who could drop into the qualifiers. So it's going to be very exciting. I'm going to need your help. There's so many permutations. And that's not to mention we're going to see Rasmus. Here he is. And Scooby-Doo as well for Napoli against Chelsea. And then we've got PSG against Newcastle there. It's going to be really exciting. I'm a big fan of the new Champions League format. And I think tonight is the big night for it. So absolutely ready for this. We're in it together. People are going to have to update us on goals going in and how that helps. As I say, Barcelona are at home to Copenhagen. A win for them will put them in the top 8 if things go their way. Also, Dortmund are playing Inter, which is a big game. Either of those could slip in. Who else is there? I would think, who else? Juventus, potentially. They're away to Monaco. They could slip in as well. You've just got to keep an eye on it. Sporting are one to watch. They are away. Sporting are away at Athletic Bilbao. So tough for them. But it's all going to unfold. Lovely stuff. Excited about it. What about the team news? Well, let's have a look at... you've got the PSG team news on the screen. So our 2 featured games at the moment, we could change, are Chelsea in Napoli and Newcastle in Paris. So that's where we are at the moment, but it could change. It could change depending on results elsewhere. So let's have a look at Chelsea-Napoli. I think we've picked the 2 best games so far. Sanchez, Gusto, James, Fofana, Cucurella. Reece James playing as a centre-back. Santos, Caicedo, Enzo, Estevao, Neto and Pedro, which means Pat Butcher's on the bench. Napoli have gone with Mere, De Lorenzo, Bunjano, Jesus, Spinazzola, Lobotka, McTominay, Oliveira, Almaz, Vergara and Rasmus. Lukaku is on the bench there. And then obviously we're doing the PSG game as well. They are at home to Newcastle. They've gone with Sovanov in goal, Hakimi, Marquinhos, Pacho, Nuno Mendes, Zaire Emery, Vitinha and João Neves. And then Kvaratskhelia, Dembele and Barcola. Who are they missing in the midfield? Vitinha's there, João Neves is there. Who's the other midfielder that normally plays for them? Brain blank. Also for Newcastle, Pope, Byrne, Tau, Botman, Miley, Hall, Ramsey, Tonali, Alanga, Willock and Voltemeda. Anthony Gordon, Bruno Guimaraes on the bench. Does he not know that if they win, they avoid a qualifier? Or does he want a qualifier? I don't know. Ruiz, that was it. What about Ruiz? Doué, is he on the bench? He is, as is Lucas Hernandez, Baraldo, Ramos, Mbaye. So, yeah, we're ready to go anyway. We're bloody excited tonight. Get your comments in. I'll also do Agony Bridge if you want. Thanks to everybody who's been watching Cooking with Goldbridge, by the way. Trossard's the manager in the Napoli game. Hopefully he's not playing as well. Yeah, just a shout out to Cooking with Goldbridge. We are currently on 95,000 views for that video. So thanks everyone who's been watching it. And there could be a return of another classic Goldbridge series on Friday that involves 4 wheels. That's all I'm going to say. Otherwise, I'll give it away. Right, we're ready to give this away. Exciting night ahead in the Champions League. I love the Champions League. I think we've had a good history in the Champions League over the years on That's Football. And it's a great tournament. And this is where it starts to get really good. The final night of the knockout of the group stage. And then we're into the knockouts. Obviously, qualifiers next month as well. We'll be doing watch-alongs for those. Last 16, quarterfinals, semi-finals, final. Bring it on. Bring it on. Ian O'Connell with the first super chat of the night says, when do we know if top 5 secures Champions League football? Well, we sort of know now. We sort of like now. We sort of do know now, don't we, though? Because effectively, it's the top 2 clubs in Europe on the Coefficients League that get an extra spot. And England are already in it. And I can't see us dropping out of it. So, Rosinia, I like Rosinia. I think I'm in the minority there, but I do actually like Rosinia. Champions League table proves Premier League poops on the rest, says Alms. Well, let's see what happens tonight. I think Chelsea against Napoli is going to be an interesting game in the sense of how good is the Premier League compared to the rest of the leagues. I mean, PSG should wipe their arse with Newcastle, to be honest. But yeah, I'm excited to see McTominay and Rasmus, to be fair. Chelsea's manager is Will from the In-Betweeners, says Sam. I'll tell you what annoys me. This is just a general observation. How you need to have an app for everything these days. Oh, PSG nearly in. And they're asking for an early penalty here. Referee's saying calm down. Barcola's in. Puts the cross in. Well, that won't be a penalty because it hits Barcola's arm first. I mean, it definitely hits Lewis Miley, but Barcola knocks it with his arm first. That'd be very, very, very harsh if this is a penalty. They're going to review this. I'm just going to keep you updated. There's a player down in the Napoli game. I think this is really harsh. What do you think about this? Gyökeres has scored. This is really harsh. Barcola's in. Ball comes up. It probably hits his... Yeah, it could be given. It hits It hits Barcola there. And then Miley hits it there. They're going to VAR. That's a dodgy penalty, that. That is a dodgy penalty, that. Really harsh on Newcastle, that. What's he supposed to do when it bounces off Barcola's arm? Stupid. Stupid. They'll give the penalty, but... yeah, I mean, there's no intent there. He'll give it. He will give it. What are we thinking? He's giving it. Yeah, I knew it. Yeah, bloody knobhead. You may as well have a big cock on your head. Absolute ridiculous decision. I like PSG, but that's disgusting. Tell me your thoughts. Was it a penalty for PSG? Well, it is a penalty for PSG. I mean, at the end of the day, right, the ball comes to... Barcola's on a run through. The ball bounces, hits Barcola there, and bounces less than a metre into Lewis Miley's arm. I mean, that's not getting given in the Prem. That's never getting given in the Prem. A harsh start to Newcastle, I've got to say. Do you think Michael Carrick wipes standing up or sitting down, says Irish? I actually genuinely don't want that thought in my head. Do you think you're a UK sex symbol, says Zuta? I probably am to some, but it would be a very niche category on the old porn. And I wouldn't be there. Right, penalty. Dembele against Pope. 75% are saying it wasn't a penalty. It shouldn't be a penalty. In that situation, I just think that there's no justice here at all. There is! There bloody is! Nick Pope! Make him the next Pope! Get him to the Vatican! Brilliant save! What a save by Pope. Justice! And it's a great one-handed save to his left. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. That is justice. Justice jam on toast. We love that. Yeah, well, look. They didn't... That's deserved. That is deserved. It's not PSG's fault. It's poor officiating, but the football gods have stepped up there and delivered justice. A missed penalty by Dembele. A saved penalty by Nick Pope. Both the same incident, by the way. We've not had two penalties. Chelsea are on the attack here. And here's Scooby-Doo. He's coming away with the ball. Get out my way. Just passes it to Spinazzola. So, still 0-0 there. Copenhagen have scored as well. Penalty to Kairat at the Emirates, I'm hearing. Hold on a minute. Let him speak, Simon. Yeah, I'm hearing there's a penalty in the Arsenal game. They've gone 1-0 up because of Gyökeres, but now there is a penalty for Kairat. Club Brugge are 1-0 up against Marseille. Don't know what that does. And apart from that, we've got Copenhagen leading 1-0 against Barcelona. Barcelona always do this, though. Don't fall into the trap. Barcelona always do this. They do go behind. And it is a goal for Kairat against Arsenal. They've scored their penalty, and it's 1-1. It's 1-1. Thanks for the super chats that have come in, by the way. Bruges is a beautiful city, says Lee. Great beer. Come on, the Belgians. Well, Newcastle are under the cosh here. It's going to be a tough night for them because PSG will probably not want a qualifier. They'll want to win this and be in the top 8. The winner of this will be in the top 8 because they were both of them in the top 8 before tonight. You can't drop out if you win. Mark, I've heard you've got an OnlyFans. Drop the ID, says Zuta. WC Bosch says Gyökeres. I'm a big fan of Gyökeres. I mean, I'm not a big fan of Arsenal, but I'm a big fan of Gyökeres. I do think he will come good if they move the ball quick. Oh, Scooby-Doo. He's nearly scored there. He's closed down Sanchez, who's blasted the ball into McTominay's face. And it's nearly gone in. Oh, I tell you what, that will hurt. He's hit him right in the face. I tell you what, if that had gone in, and he's down at the moment. Ball smashed him right in the face there. Could have gone in. But PSG. I've got it, Scalia. Vitinha. Oh, finish. Right in the bottom corner. They've got the goal that they've been looking for. And it's a good goal by PSG. Right into the bottom corner. It could be a long night for Newcastle tonight. They don't look like they're set up very well in this first 10 minutes at all. They could have conceded a penalty, which would have been unfair. There's nothing unfair about this. It's just lovely breakaway from PSG. Moving the ball well. Be interesting to see if PSG do have a strong second half to the season. Very, very big calendar in 2025. What a finish. Look at that. Takes a touch. Past Lewis Hall. Edge of the box. Bottom corner. Placement and precision. You don't save those. And it's 1-0 to PSG. McTominay, I don't know whether he's going to carry on here. There could be a concussion risk. Back in your day, did you prefer Playboy or Maxim? Says Irish Ryan. I don't know. They're just words to me I've never heard before. I don't know what that means. Irish Ryan. I've never heard of this Playboy or Maxim. Pray tell me, what are they? I've got no idea. Okay, I'll give you the latest on the scores. Atletico Bilbao are beating Sporting 1-0. Arsenal are 1-1 with Kairat having taken an early lead. They conceded a penalty. Club Brugge are beating Marseille 1-0. Copenhagen are 1-0 up in Barcelona. We've got a goal coming in for Man City as well. They've just gone 1-0 up. PSG obviously leading here. But Man City have just scored. Big, important goal for them. We'll tell you how the league table looks in a moment. But Man City not in the top 8 at the moment. But a win tonight could slip them in. They're 1-0 up against Galatasaray. And it's Erling of Haaland who scored that goal. They've gone very strong tonight. Although, I say they've gone very strong. Are Semenyo and Gehi not allowed to play? Because they're not even on the bench. I would have thought they would be able to play. Or do they have to wait till the next round? No, Semenyo wasn't even in Europe. Why can't Semenyo play then? He's not even on the bench. Gehi, I would guess, because he's played in Europe, he's got to wait. Is it something to do with they're not registered? Okay. Registration window not open, yeah. They'll be all right for the knockouts. Yeah. Matthew McFadden, our moderator and producer, says group stage registration happened in September. So they'll be okay for the second half. So they've got to wait, says Denise. Will Arsenal bottle the league and be a bridesmaid, says John. Chelsea on the attack there. That's gone for a corner. I don't know. Ask me in 4 games with Arsenal. They've got 4 very winnable games. If they don't win them, then they're going to be in trouble. Quick corner from Chelsea on the back post. Straight at the keeper. Dorgu and Cunha goals were the same level, but something about Cunha's shot had as an insane aura, says Rajaf. Ball at his feet, run with it, pure power and precision. I preferred Cunha's goal. Oh, it could be 2. Great save by Pope again. This same Dembele it was from. Yes, I actually preferred Cunha's goal to Dorgu's because I thought it was technically perfect. Yeah. Thank you very much for your super chats. Acid says, TUS message, bored not getting a midfielder but good enough for top 4 is like making Yorkshire puddings without putting eggs in. Hashtag cooking with Goldbridge. You're right. Can you make Yorkshire puddings without putting eggs in? I'm sure there is a way. But thanks for your super chat, Acid. I'm looking forward to the next Cooking with Goldbridge, actually. How does the table look at the moment? Right. It's going to change around a lot. But as it stands, Man City are in the top 8. Chelsea are in the top 8. In fact, all 5 English clubs at the moment are in the top 8. Chelsea, even though they're drawing, are still there. Tottenham are still there. Man City winning puts them in there. Liverpool are in there. Obviously, Arsenal are going through anyway. So, oh, sorry, Newcastle are out. Newcastle are in 12th. So 4 of the English clubs are in. Newcastle are out of there at the moment. Barcelona are out of there at the moment. And Inter Milan are out there at the moment. You can see Newcastle at the moment would play Leverkusen. But it's the night is young. The night is young. Vitinha again. Vitinha shot straight at the keeper. I tell you what, Nick Pope's going to have a very busy night. If you do Champions League fantasy football, you want Nick Pope in goal tonight because he's going to make a lot of saves. He's going to have a lot going on. Atletico Madrid have scored, but the goal has been ruled out as offside. Sporting have equalised against Bilbao. Club Brugge 2-0 up against Marseille. Leverkusen are beating Villarreal 1-0. Keep an eye on Benfica Real Madrid as well, because as things stand at the moment, Real Madrid are in, but they could drop out with a loss. A lot of things would have to happen, but it's a possibility. Next, Cooking with Goldbridge is live. We hit the likes target. Can I suggest a HelloFresh one? Also, have you figured out the left-hand side of the oven? Yes, the next one will be live. Yes, mate. That's why I've got to think of something very good to do. I haven't figured out the left side of the oven, no. England teams at the top, but you said the Premier League is poor, says Jamie. That doesn't even make sense. Think about what you've posted as a super chat there. The Premier League is the best league in the world. That's been established for years. Doesn't mean because we've got teams in the top 8 of the Champions League that you can't say the Premier League is crap this year. Of course you can. Thoughts on Sterling leaving Chelsea, 325k a week? Well, I bet Chelsea would be very happy about it, Jack, and he's probably had a significant payoff. I made Yorkshires on Christmas because you bought it up, then made another batch after Cooking with Goldbridge and nearly burned the house down, says Touge. Well, that's not my fault. I think you'll find you can't blame me. This PSG goalkeeper looks a little bit like Cal the Dragon. He's got the old hairstyle going on as well. What's your favourite brand of canned tomato? Says the Real Ghost Chase. I've got to say that it's not something that really I delve into. Shinobi Ben says, is it possible when you're doing multiple games to have a carousel of all the teams and scores? Hope you and the family are well. It probably is. You've just reminded me of something. We've definitely had it in previous years. Havertz has scored as well. Arsenal back in front, apparently. Yes, 2-1. Arsenal, Havertz. Atletico Madrid have scored now as well. And Pavos have scored against Slavia Prague. We've got a free kick here for Chelsea. Thanks everyone who's watching, by the way. Please do share the video. The Chelsea-Napoli game is really significant because Napoli do need a result to get through into the qualifiers, which is quite surprising. Penalty to Benfica as well. We'll keep an eye on that. But yeah, Napoli need a result, otherwise they're out of the Champions League completely. Crap free kick from Chelsea. Although he's given a corner. Or is he given a yellow card? Or is he given a penalty? He's given a penalty, I think. Oh, that's a bit dodgy, that. It's hit his hand in the wall. That's a bit harsh. You can see why it's been given, because his hand's gone up and then it's come back down. He's been yellow carded as well. I mean, the yellow card's a bit too much, isn't it? Trossard, have a fucking day off, you miserable shit. How can you give him a yellow card for that? I don't know. I disagree, Kaz. I don't think he's actually naturally, deliberately moved his hand there. I think it's a natural action that you go like that and then your hand comes down. So I think it's a penalty, but I think the yellow card's a bit harsh. Sterling going to be at Coventry in the Prem next year. Heard it here first, says Irish Ryan. Who is the better player, Giroud or Kane? Oh, shut up, Paulo. It's Kane. Rubbish. Anyway, penalty here. Enzo Fernandez. This is good news for Chelsea. I'm very excited about the Super Bowl, Isaac. I wanted it to be the Rams and the Patriots, but at least it's not the Broncos and the Seahawks. So I'm looking forward to it. They are the two best teams this year as well. Enzo Fernandez steps up. Boom, bottom corner, 1-0 Chelsea. Big goal. Hi, Mark. I'm a big fan of the channel since 2020. Mainly United stand, but I love hanging out here too. You're a top bloke and loved cooking with Goldbridge, says Dayad. Thank you very much. Thank you so much for being part of the community. What would help us, Chelsea or Napoli, to win today, says Ayus. What, Man United? Well, Chelsea winning helps helps the fifth place. You get more points in the coefficient. However, Chelsea losing and having to play 2 extra games means it's harder for them to get top 4, isn't it? So the balance really is, do you want to make sure of 5th place, which I think will happen regardless, or do you want Chelsea to have to play another couple of games? I mean, personally, I'd like to see another couple of games. Jason Wilcox says, Enzo celebrating like he's won the Champions League. So what, these referees have got their jobs cut out today. Seahawks, let's go. Come to Seattle, Marks, Mrs. Stone. I tell you what, it's a long way to bloody Seattle because it's East Coast, isn't it? No, it's West Coast. Napoli down the wing. Comes to the edge of the box. Goes wide. Put the cross in. Oh, good keeping by Sanchez. And they've cleared it away. Daniel Thompson says, hope you're well, Mark and family. And that's football for PSG are so good and great to watch. I think NC are going to struggle. Looking forward to next Cooking with Goldbridge, MasterChef Bridge, says Daniel. Thank you very much. There's a bad injury here for Kvaratskhelia. He got booked for the tackle on Alanga, but he's caught Alanga. He's been caught by Alanga. Watch. Yeah, I mean, Alanga's not done anything wrong. But Kvaratskhelia ended up twisting his ankle. And PSG won't be wanting to lose him. Looks in a bad way. This is terrible news for PSG. It's terrible news for football. Just an accident. Could be a season ender. Hi Mark, love your videos. When is FC26 coming back, says Tracy. I don't know at the moment because I'm working through some... it will be back. I'm just working through some different types of videos at the moment. You booked Alanga? Why? No. Well, he's up now. There's Cal. Cal the Dragon in goal for PSG tonight. No, there's no way Alanga should have been booked there. Batistuta or Shevchenko, who at United? Well, neither of them now. They're old. They fell off. But in their prime, Batistuta. WC Bosch says, I live in the US but have to go to Cardiff for a month this summer for work. What am I in for? Well, depends where you live in the US, WC Bosch. I mean, Cardiff's not a bad place. It's not. Cardiff's all right. Just, it's very different to New York if you live in New York. Let's hope that Kvaratskhelia is okay. Douay's coming on. Napoli pushing. Shoot, shoot! Oh, good defending by Chelsea. Napoli having a bit of a go now. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, by the way. Bottom right-hand corner. Battigol was a phenomenal player, Thorin. Hey, Valentine's Day's coming up. If anyone wants any advice, I gave some great advice for Christmas. Jade wanted to know what to do in a relationship they weren't happy with 2 weeks before Christmas. And I didn't tell them what to do because that's not what I do as an agony bridge. But I did say, if you dump them after Christmas, you'll get a Christmas present. And he did. And he was very grateful for it. He's now thinking about getting back with them so he can get a Valentine's present. 2-0 to Liverpool. Liverpool are going to be fine. At least that, look, from Liverpool's point of view, take the positives. At least you don't have to play another 2 games. Voltamader's done well here. Gets it off wide to Tonali. Newcastle are a funny team, aren't they? Like, I can't believe how bad they've been in the Premier League this year, but I just don't think they can deal with... They're like... what's something that has 1 year on, 1 year off? It's like my mother-in-law at Christmas. 1 year we have her, and then 1 year she goes to the sister-in-laws. And I think Newcastle are a little bit like that. 1 year they do well in the league and qualify for the Champions League, and then the next year they do bad in the league and get knocked out of the Champions League. Going away on holiday for Valentine's Day. What do I do, says Joe. Well, we need more details, Joe. Who are you going away with? GP says, my Valentine advice is rimming. God. Filth. Thank you. I wouldn't have minded another 2 mark. Probably wouldn't have any next season, says T3. And I'm 2 weeks into a new relationship with someone who is already turning out to be very special. What would you suggest, says Mark. Don't ask them to marry you on Valentine's Day. It's too soon. It's like giving Carrick the job after beating Arsenal and Man City. Take your time. 2 weeks is not long enough. Right, Chelsea are leading 1-0. Newcastle are losing 1-0. Liverpool are winning 2-0. Arsenal are winning 2-1. Frankfurt and Spurs is 0-0. However, Barcelona are still losing to Copenhagen. So therefore, Spurs drawing is okay at the moment. Nobody is bypassing them. Now, if Barcelona were to win, they would go above Spurs. If Sporting were to be winning, they would go above Spurs. Even Atalanta, we've not spoken about them. They're away to Union St. Gallis. If they win, Atalanta would go above Spurs and Chelsea as well. That league can't be right. Spurs are out the top 8, sorry. I've just absolutely rinsed Spurs fans there. I hadn't refreshed the page. I've got to apologise to Spurs fans. You've just been absolutely rinsed. You're not in the top 8, you're 9th. I hadn't refreshed it. Apologies. Atletico Madrid are 16 points and in 8th. Man City are 16 points in 7th. Chelsea are 16 points in 6th. Real Madrid are 16 points in 5th. And PSG are in 4th with 16 points, with Liverpool in 3rd, Bayern in 2nd, and Arsenal in 1st. Spurs on 15 points are in 9th. So they'd be the top team at the moment in the qualifiers and would be playing Marseille as things stand, because the 9th team play the 25th team, the 24th team and so on, and the 10th play the 23rd. Bang, 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 bang. But this can change. As I say, if Atalanta win, they could pop in as well. Sporting can still pop in. But Atletico Madrid winning, it slips them in at the moment. Quite an easy game for them at home to Bodo Glimt. Rebecca says, Super Bowl watch along this year, Mark. Oh, can't wait, yeah. Just got to order me sweets. Got to get me I need to put it on the list. Condoms, US Sweets hemorrhoid cream. There we go. 2 of those were made up. Good play by Rasmus. Nice to see Rasmus and Scooby-Doo. Napoli will push here. Corner to them. Right, United will try this month to sign a centre midfielder from the Premier League, ideally Anderson or Believer, or centre midfielder from Loner. Bet you see this news in February, says Ayus. Oh yeah, 100%. I thought you were talking about in January. Super Donut says the hemorrhoids are from sitting wiping too long. I haven't got hemorrhoids, it was a joke. But you're talking from experience. Mrs. Stone says she's going on a ski trip with the mister for Halloween. Sorry, that wasn't an offensive thing. For Valentine's Day. Pavos scored a great goal, according to Flexi. Look at the pace there. I don't think that's a foul by Willock either. These European referees can be dodgy. I really don't think that's a foul, do you? Harsh. Nick P says, very nostalgic this Chelsea game. Shame St. Clement is on the bench and Romelu, says Nick P. Well, I'm sure they'll get on. Luke says, can you explain the whole Sir Alex Horst thing? I mean, there'd be better people than me, but essentially Man United had shareholders who had shares in Man United, significant shares. Was it Magnia and, I always forget the other person. Anyway, they all owned a horse together. They fell out and ended up selling their shares to the Glazers. Mbappe has scored for Madrid. That will ease their tension against Jose's Benfica, who need to win themselves. Otherwise, they are out. The same as Napoli. If Napoli lose, they are out of the Champions League. Not quite the team they were, Napoli, are they? I mean, they won the league last year. I don't think they're going to win it this year. Please do subscribe to the channel, by the way. What's the story with Spurs? 0-0 at the moment. Got another. Is this McTominay again? No. Almaz. Ooh, Oliveira, sorry. Cut it in the face from Gusto. That would have hurt. That really would have hurt. Sound like someone fell over there as well. That would have hurt. Oh, I really can't wait for Man United to be back in the Champions League next year. People might say that's presumptuous, but I really think we've got a great chance. Can Newcastle get back into this? It will be hard. Goal, Napoli! Why have I missed that, you bloody idiot? Napoli! What a goal! I missed it. Tell me. Well, he's celebrating. He's celebrating. He's shouting at the crowd. They're having a big old hug. Brilliant goal. Didn't see it. Was too busy checking on the other scores. This is the problem when you've got so many screens. Now, Conte's happy. Napoli are happy. Lukaku is happy. The goal scorer is happy. Vergara. What a goal. I haven't seen it. Let's have a look. Nice ball into the channel. Could be an element of offside for Rasmus, you know. If he's offside there, he's going to get absolute pelters. I think that's a long way to go back, though, for an offside on him. Yeah, he did well. Did well. I mean, Sanchez probably should do a little bit better, but look at the skill. Defensively, he'd be a bit unhappy with Fofana there. I feel like the keeper could have done a little bit better as well. Rosinia says Jason Wilcox. Lovely little turn, though. Vergara. And a lovely goal. There might have been an element of offside with Rasmus, but I think that's a long way before the goal. You'd be very disappointed if that got overturned. No, it hasn't been. 1-1. Well, it's game on. This is what we want. Wombat says, do you prefer all the games on like this or separate? No, I think as a one-off, it's a good... Ow, you motherfucker. That bloody did hurt. Right on the top of the shin and the bottom of the knee. Oh, I'm getting too old for this shit. I'm like a bloody... I'm a broken man today. My back's hurting, my left hamstring's hurting, my headache. And now that. Oh, do you prefer all games on like this or separate? No, I think as a now, Tottenham are back in the top 8. Because Chelsea are drawing. Yes. That's it. I mean, that's mad, Chelsea. You're letting Tottenham in. Embarrassing. And Marseille are out of the top 25 at the moment. As are Napoli. They need another goal. Yeah, Chelsea are outside the top 8 as things stand. A draw puts them into 9th and allows Tottenham up to 8th. Bodo Glimt have equalised against Atletico Madrid, though. That puts Chelsea back into the top 8. Yes, Chelsea are back into the top 8. In fact, as things stand, all... God, there's 6 English clubs in it, isn't there, to be fair? Newcastle are not in. Chelsea 8th, Tottenham 7th, Man City 6th. That's how it is at the moment. Because Atletico Madrid are equalised... Bodo Glimt have equalised against Atletico Madrid. So Chelsea back in at the moment. And Benfica! Benfica have equalised against Real Madrid. I think they need to win to get into the qualifiers, but it's a big goal. It's all going on. Yeah, I do like it. I do like the final day of the qualifiers. Well, come on, Inter, get a goal, says Steele. Inter are playing Dortmund. Neither of those two teams are actually in at the moment. And even a win... Another 2 points for Inter could get them in. Arsenal are 3-1 up. Martinelli. Interesting lineup for Arsenal. Norgard started. Calafiori started at centre-back. Mosquera, White, Lewis Skelly, Kepa, Gyökeres, Madueke, Martinelli, Havertz. Very much a reserve side, but what... I mean, it's not a bad reserve side, is it? Excuse me. Excuse me. Keep an eye on Atalanta. Hi, Mark. Do you think an English team will win the Champions League this season, says Ben J. It's a bit like, hi, Mark. Do you think there'll be a man who can ever swim faster than a shark? Do I think an English team will win the Champions League this season? Look, I'm conflicted on this because good chance there for PSG. Was it Dembele again? No, it wasn't. Don't worry. I'm conflicted on this because we should be winning more Champions Leagues. English teams should be winning more Champions Leagues. However, do I want one to win it? I don't know. I'm not as protective about the Champions League as I am with the Premier League because Liverpool have won more Champions Leagues. I mean, I don't want Liverpool to win another Champions League. Let's put it that way. I don't want Man City to win another Champions League. Arsenal have never won one. Chelsea have won... If Chelsea win another one, that's the same as us, isn't it? That'll be their third. Yeah, I don't know whether I want an English club to win it. Maybe Bayern Munich. Good ball into McTominay. Lays it off. Oh, and he shoots wide. Napoli doing a bit better now. Tottenham are drawing at the moment. As an aside, somebody said, what's happening in a game I've forgotten about? Bayern are drawing with PSV at the moment. What was the game somebody asked me about? Man City are 2-0 up, by the way, against Galatasaray. Cherki scored the second goal. I was asked about a certain game, and I can't remember who it was who asked or what the game was. Sporting are losing 2-1 to Bilbao. Frankfurt and Tottenham are 0-0. Let's have a look at the lineup for Frankfurt because they actually can't get into the... Still quite a strong Frankfurt side. Good play by Scooby-Doo here. So 5 minutes to go to half time. The top 8 at the moment is fine if you're a Chelsea fan because you are in the top 8 at the moment. 8th place even though you're drawing. Hi, Mark. Can you wish my husband Gary to get well soon, says Becky. He's in hospital. We nearly lost him this weekend to sepsis. Thanks to the amazing NHS who saved his life too. Come on, Liverpool. Well, that's a very big message from Becky, and I'm sure the chat will share my sentiments, Gary. Get well soon. Fantastic news that you're on the mend after a tough weekend. And well done to the NHS. Remember, that's still free in this country, and thank God it is. But yeah, thoughts and wishes with you, Becky, as well. I know Gary will get all the love, but I'm sure you put in the work in as well. So thanks for letting us know, Becky, and good luck to you and Gary. Get well soon. Stephen says it's crazy that all English clubs could go through in the top 8. Well, they're not all going to go through, are they? Newcastle, they've got bloody no chance. They're not. Newcastle would need to win from 1-0 down against PSG in Paris. They nearly had a chance there. Voltemada, actually. He was about to, imagine if he scored that. He'd go, up yours, Goldbridge. We're in here and we're fighting. Kevin Keegan time. I tell you what. We're in here and we're fighting. We're fighting. You know, we're gonna. I'll bloody love it. I'll bloody love it if we beat PSG and shut that Goldbridge up. I don't know what Newcastle's problem is this season. I really don't. Napoli cross comes in. Strange defending. Surely they'll bring Lukaku on at some point as well against his old club. You've got to go wide there, Napoli. What's happened to De Bruyne? Whoa, Rasmus! 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 What a goal! What a goal! Well, you know what? You put the quality in, and he scores the goals. Oh, that was nice. I never thought I'd be doing that again. What a goal. What a cross. There we go. Brilliant bit of play. I think it's Di Lorenzo who puts the cross in, and he just comes up from nowhere and smashes it in with the left foot. I mean, I was starting to say he's got a hard game tonight. He's not getting a lot of service. There's a lot of runs that he's making. It's tough. But look at this. Lovely overlap. And look at the movement to the front post. He bullied... is it Fofana again? He's having a shit game, isn't he? It is. Fofana is shit, isn't he? Come on, Chelsea fans. £80 million for him? It cost you both goals here. He's done you on the front post. Good striker's goal. Good assist. Conte's loving it. Look at him. Oh, yeah. Who wouldn't want Conte as their coach, by the way? Fantastic. So, 2-1. Fair play to Rasmus as well. I mean, look, he's never coming back to Man United. I don't think that's his intent, but he's having a good time at Napoli. I'll tell you what, Napoli, as things stand, are in the Champions League still. They were going out. They weren't even in the top 24. Now, with that goal, Chelsea do drop out of the top 8 again. They're all the way down in 12th. But Napoli are up to 19th with that. They have to win, really. Good cross. Oh, how do you miss? How do you miss that? Pedro? More like Pedalo. Rubbish. How's he missed that? Maybe it was a little bit high for him. Yeah, it is, to be fair. To be fair, I take that back. It's tough. He's already at full trajectory, and it's still too high for him. 3 goals in 7 matches for Rasmus in the Champions League. Ain't too bad. Not too bad. That's exciting. Hi, Mark. It's my brother-in-law, Evan's birthday. Can you say congratulations to him and hope for Chelsea to lose just for him since he's a Chelsea fan? I'm not congratulating on him on having a birthday. Ooh, well done, Evan. You're the first person in the world to have a birthday. I think what you mean to say, I'm taking the piss. What I'm going to say is, not congratulations. Can you say happy birthday? Happy birthday. That was from Mikhail. And happy birthday to Evan. Well done. I've just congratulated him as well now. Bloody idiots. Just happy birthday. Happy birthday. Hope you have a great day. He's a Chelsea fan. Well, they are losing. How about making the first carrot cake on Cooking with Goldbridge? That's a good one, Hal Badger. Carrot cake. Oh, did you see that from Dembele? He looked a right idiot. He starts sprinting away from a pass. It was comedic. Thank you, Hal Badger. Thanks for the super chats, by the way. I think Caicedo's just been booked here. Denise says, what if Evan is 100? He could be congratulated. Yeah, in that way, in that case, well done. Very interesting games here. 11,500 watching. Please do share the video. Absolute legends. Get involved with That's Football because everybody is welcome here. And it's not just Premier League watch-alongs. I'll tell you what we're doing at the weekend, actually, in a moment, because we've got a big Saturday. However, we do a lot of Champions League games on here as well. And we've got daily content for you as well. So get involved. Make sure you subscribe and share video. Right, I think Newcastle have got a goal here. I'm slightly behind on the Newcastle stream because I'm streaming it, which is annoying. Tonali, flicked on header, Voltemada, goal. I think it's offside. Surely Voltemada is offside. Willock scores, but Goldbridge VAR is normally very accurate. And I think that Voltemada might be offside in the build-up. I will take it back if he isn't. I might have completely got it wrong. Never rule out Newcastle, says Toad Gaming. Nobody in the chat saying anything about offside, so I think you might be right. So here it goes. No offside. It was Dan Burn anyway. Goal. 1-1. Good goal for Newcastle. PSG gone to sleep a little bit. Willock makes it 1-1. Would you do a Cooking with Goldbridge featuring Pulisic? Says Alex. If he's not busy, he's more than welcome. And Pregash says, how do you think the current Man United squad would face in the Champions League table right now? Good question. I think we'd be about, like, I think we'd be in the qualifying area, somewhere between 9th and 24th. I don't think we'd be in the top 8. Penalty for Benfica. Chat's getting excited. Benfica could be 2-1 up at half-time. Let's see what's going to happen. It's half-time in Naples. It's 2-1 to Napoli. And it's half-time in Paris, and it's 1-1 to Newcastle. However, I'm on the wrong one, you bloody idiot. Why are you doing this? Go to this. Not bad. We've got a penalty in PSG. Ah, what am I doing? What am I doing? Watch live. Come on. Yeah, close player. Watch live. Watch live. Continue. Penalty. How are you keeping up with all the twists and turns tonight, says Matthew? With the help of you lot. So, penalty to Benfica. It's 1-1. Courtois jumping around. Let's see what happens. Could be a big goal, this. I hope they score, because I like Jose. He scored it into the bottom corner. It's 2-1. 2-1. Benfica. 2-1. Hot water bottle for me back. Get in. Why don't you watch the goal show? Because I want to watch Chelsea Napoli, and I want to watch Wuthering Heights. I don't want to watch that. I've read it. I've read it before. I've seen loads of versions of it, and just because Margot Robbie's in it doesn't mean I'm going to watch it. I don't. Why would I watch? Why would I watch it anyway? She's going to be kissing other men. I'm not watching that. Right, hot water bottle bridge. Yeah, lovely penalty. 2-1. More important than that, Benfica 2-1. This is an interesting night. It's a very interesting night because as things stand, people, as things stand, the table is this. Arsenal are in first, Bayern Munich in second, Liverpool third, Man City fourth. They're all going to go through because Arsenal and Bayern Munich were through anyway, and Man City and Liverpool are winning comfortably. Real Madrid are all right, even though they're losing. They're in fifth place. Tottenham are in sixth because they're drawing in Frankfurt. PSG and Newcastle are now 7th and 8th because they're drawing. Atletico Madrid, well, they're in 9th, and I think they are drawing with Bodo Glimt, so watch out for them. They're a danger. They could easily end up winning. Atalanta are in 10th as well. Inter Milan, 11th. Chelsea are in 13th. And Barcelona, because they're losing, are not even in the top 8 as well. So lots and lots going on. But Napoli are a big mover as things stand. Benfica, even with the win, aren't in the qualifying positions. Or has that not been updated? No, they're not. Even though Benfica are winning, they're not actually in. Very, very harsh. That's very, very hard. I would have thought Benfica winning would put them in. Why are they not in? Who else? What do they need to happen? They must need somebody else to lose. Yeah, Copenhagen losing would put them in. What are Club Brugge doing? Club Brugge and Monaco, basically. Club Brugge. What are you doing, Club Brugge? What are you doing there? Club Brugge. Where are you? Club Brugge. Brugge. Club Brugge. Oh, they're going to win. They're beating Marseille. And who was the other one? Who was the other one? Monaco. Monaco are drawing. So if Juventus won, that would push them out. So yeah, even though Benfica are winning, they're not actually in at the moment. Let's close that poll off. I said close it. I bloody love this last 18 game match decider, says Now. Thank you very much for your super chat. I need Scott to score now for 2k better score, says Scollins. Kenneth has got a start bench sell super chat. Jimmy Greaves, Jimmy White, or Jimmy Somerville? In my lifetime, I'd say I didn't see Jimmy Greaves play. But I love this. I would say Jimmy White, because I love snooker. I'll say Jimmy Greaves, because I loved Saint and Greavesy. And I'll put Jimmy Somerville in, because he was a one-hit wonder as far as I... There was only one song I liked of his, which was... Don't Leave Me This Way. Good song, but one-hit wonder. We should have more Champions Leagues. That Robben goal Bayern scored to knock us out still kills me. We would have won it that year, says Mike. And the Real Madrid year. Good points. Right, okay. Let me just tell you what's going to go happening for the rest of the week on That's Football, because I did say I'd do that. So, the week ahead is Thursday tomorrow. I don't do Europa League football, but on Friday we do Bundesliga live. We have live Bundesliga rights on a Friday. So we will be live at 7:30 on Friday night with in Cologne, with Cologne Wolfsburg. So we'll be live for that. And then Super Saturday, Premier League style, we've got 3 watch-alongs for you. But we've got no half-12 game because there isn't one. We're doing Leeds Arsenal at 3. We're doing Chelsea West Ham at 5:30. And then we're doing Liverpool Newcastle at 8. So 3 watch-alongs on Saturday. Arsenal go to Leeds, very important in the title race. Chelsea West Ham, very important in the top 4 race. And then Liverpool Newcastle, mid-table battle. Sunday, I'll be live on the United Stand for Man United against Fulham at 2. And then we're straight back on here at 4:30 for Tottenham against Man City. So very, very good there. And then going into next week, Tuesday night's the second leg of the Carabao Cup. Arsenal play Chelsea. 3-2 in that game. So it'll be very interesting. And then on the Wednesday night, we've got Man City Newcastle. But Man City do have a 2-0 lead there. So it should be a foregone conclusion, really. It should be. I thought it would be FA Cup weekend after that, but it's not. Good. FA Cup weekend for me this year is basically an international break because we're not even in it. Embarrassing. United should get Mick McCarthy, says Charlie. And another start bench sell from Tyler. Thank you very much. He says start bench sell, Gaza, Gerrard or Lampard. Start Gaza, bench Gerrard, sell Lampard. Gaza's way ahead of all of them. Yeah, Rasmus scored, Mick. Good goal as well. Very good goal. Very pleased for him. Want him to do well at Napoli. I think he was a little bit unlucky the way he got treated at United. However, that's the way the cookie crumbles. And fair play to him. Well, what's happened? I did ask that question and Rasmus scored, but what has happened to Kevin De Bruyne? He was doing really well at Napoli. And then I've heard that they're trying to get rid of him. Has he fell out with Conte? Is he injured? What's going on with De Bruyne? He is injured at the moment, yeah. But I heard they were trying to get rid of him as well, which seems strange because he was doing very, very well. He's injured till March. He's been injured for months, says AKM. Yeah, I suppose Man City probably got rid of him at the right time. Good run by Rasmus, though. Got away from Fofana, who's crap, and then good, strong finish on the left foot. Arsenal have only conceded 3 goals in the Champions League this season, says Evan Whelan. Yeah, and they also conceded 3 against us on Sunday. Swivel on that. 3. I'm sorry. The Odegaard hate is becoming too much. Was Arsenal's best player for 2 straight seasons. Do you think he'll come back, says Havertz Gold? I think Odegaard's a fantastic player. I think he just needs to move the ball a bit quicker. I think they're moving the ball too slow. Same with Saka. Yeah. Didn't Fabrizio say they don't want Rasmus at Napoli as well, says ADS? No. He said that Man United don't want... It's over for Rasmus at Manchester United. They do want him full-time in Napoli. But... Well, they must want him. I mean, he picks him every bloody week. Even when Lukaku's fit, he picks him. I thought Rasmus was just going there as a stopgap for Lukaku, but Kante really seems to like him. 5 watch-alongs this weekend. Wow, is Mrs. Goldbridge okay, says Andy. She'd be fine, don't let her know. I'll go to the protest. I'm taking my 12-year-old to the game, says SAF. Thank you very much, mate. You're a legend. And Shay Given on TNT. Well, I like Shay Given. I must say I did fear for him with what happened. Unfortunate use of term. If you didn't know, we'll leave it there. But look, I don't like to see people getting cancelled anyway unless they deserve it. And it's good to see him on the telly. Hi, Mark. Are you not doing the non-UK Bundesliga streams anymore? Noticed hasn't been one last couple of weeks. Non-UK. What does that mean? Plant Man? Non-UK Bundesliga streams anymore? Oh, no, we're not. No. We did do it, but it was becoming a bit of a pain in the arse, to be honest with you. Thank you very much, though. I understand what you're saying now. Why every player who leaves United appears in good form? How the hell has this happened? Well, I've got a theory on that, agent, and it's a little bit like there'll be players that have left other clubs and done well as well, like Cole Palmer leaving Man City and becoming one of the best players in Europe. Well, Man City didn't need him because they had Foden and other players. Rasmus and McTominay doing well at Napoli. Well, it's the Italian league. It's a little bit slower, and maybe they suit that league better. The pressure's off. I don't know. What number would Palmer be on a hotometer, says John? What, to sign for Man United? It'd be cold. It'd be on the coldometer. It'd be cold, Palmer, because it's not bloody happening. What number? I reckon if we beat Fulham, we can win the league, says Yusuf. I reckon you're a prat. That Man United aren't winning the league. Only a moron would say it. I'm doing the Super Bowl, yes, Kian. If you've never done a Super Bowl watch-along on this channel, it's one of my 2 favourite niche streams I do each year. Obviously, I do the charity stream in the international break in November. We've raised hundreds of thousands of pounds doing that. And we do the Super Bowl stream. I love the Super Bowl stream because it starts at 11:30 on a Sunday night, which is normally the end of a weekend. And then for once a year, it's the Super Bowl going into the early hours of Monday morning. And it just feels like you're cheating. It feels like you're cheating. We always get a load of like American sweets and drinks, which I need to bloody sort because I've not got that long. Yeah, I'm going to mix it up a little bit this year. I need to get my helmet out. Not that one. I've actually got an NFL helmet. I just don't know where it is. Where did I put it? I've got one of these. They're actually not. I've got nothing for anybody who's actually in the final, which is a bit of a shame. But I got sent. Well, they're notable by their absence actually this year. I look like bloody Where's Wally? And I've got a W on my head. I do look like Where's Wally. He wears glasses and looks a twat, doesn't he? Yeah, this is Washington Commanders. I'll be all right without my glasses on. I ain't too bad with that. It's the colours. It's nothing else. You can sort of imagine what I'd look like bald as well. Nearly poked myself in the eye then. Don't try and put your glasses on looking at a stream. There we go. Where's Waldo? They're not called the Redskins anymore. They're called the Commanders. Know your American football. Yeah, I got one of these. I can't remember what else they sent me. What did they send me? I don't think I've got anything for the Seahawks or the Patriots, which is a shame. Yeah. See if I can get anything. Dear Tom Brady, can you send me something for the Super Bowl? W for wanker, says even Whelan. There's no need for that, is there? It's not funny, actually, and it's offensive. Some Arsenal fans are hating on Odegaard. Says... some Arsenal fans are hating on Odegaard. The disrespect is crazy. Literally their best player. Best origin pass in the league. Remember the Newcastle one, says Rajaf. Yeah, I like Odegaard. Looks like a Gryffindor hat. Ron Weasley bridge. Cole Palmer's coming on for Chelsea. Fanta pants. Not Cole Palmer. I'm saying like Ron Weasley. That's what... I can't remember. I just think it might have been my mum who told me that. I always thought... Whoever told me that, I always thought, what a great description of somebody who's got ginger hair. It's probably going to get cancelled soon, so I'd say use it up. When I was at school, they used to call people with red hair Carrot Top. My gran had ginger hair though, so you know, I don't think it's nice. Spurs have scored a goal. Well, we're up and running again. Spurs have scored a goal. I don't know whether that's... They have. Kolo Moani. Right on the first 2 minutes of the second half. Moani has scored a goal there, Simon. And it's 1-0 to Spurs, who are looking very... I mean, look. You look at the season that Spurs have had. Shit. And... yeah, in the Champions League, they're in a really good position. The problem Spurs fans have got is your football's shit. It probably suits the Champions League. You're not going to win the Champions League, and you're not going to be in Europe next year. So it's a false economy, really. But look, they deserve something. Are you fond of a Guinness, Mark? Says Dom. Yeah, I need to get over to Dublin this year. Who's going to win the Super Bowl, the Seahawks or the Patriots? I think the Seahawks will win it, Gary, but I actually want the Patriots to win it. How could I send you a Green Bay Packers hat, says Dominic. Don't worry, I don't like them. Thanks for the offer, though. Moomin says, you look like Sean Dyche. And start, bench, sell, Hard Wilson, Elliot Anderson and Paqueta. I think he means Harry Wilson. Getting a bit excited. Elliot Anderson start, Harry Wilson bench, and Paqueta sell. I might have said something different a year ago, but I think Paqueta's had a very disappointing year, hasn't he? I'm amazed. He was going to sign for Man City, and now he's back in Brazil. Lovely play by Chelsea. Enzo Fernandez. Now Cole Palmer. Still got the ball, Chelsea, but lots of players back. What's your current plans for the World Cup, says Super Ninja? It's funny. I've had 2 conversations in the last 2 days about the World Cup with organisers. And we were talking about it because we've done Euros and World Cups before where we've done every single game as a watch-along. And we normally we utilise the Manchester studio, set it up for That's Football and get guests in and do stuff like that. So I'm very open to that. But we won't be doing every game as a watch-along. I mean, nobody wants to do Algeria, Tunisia in the at 5 o'clock in the morning. Barcelona have scored. It's 1-1. Ryan says, don't go to Dublin. Galway is much nicer. But I lived in Dublin for 3 years, mate, so I can't give you that one. Galway is nice. I do like Galway. I have been there. Bob to Fulham, says Tom. From Fabrizio, that means he can play against us, isn't it? He's shit anyway, don't worry about that. Oh, no. Take that back. I take that back. He's not shit, but I ain't scared of him. Seen the new Take That documentary on Netflix? Nah, neither have I. I won't be watching. Nah, it's not my cup of tea. No, I will be bloody watching it. It's part of my youth. I ridiculed them at school because that's what you did. But then I ended up liking Take That. Secretly, I did like them anyway. I want you back for good. Whenever I'm wrong, just tell me the song and I'll sing it. You'll be right and understood. I want you back. I want you back. Something about your coffee cup. In the twist of separation, we excelled at being free. What a lyrical master Gary Barlow was. Yeah, I will definitely. Well, I enjoyed the Boyzone one last year. Cancel me. I don't care. Done that one. Yeah, current plans for the World Cup then. Yeah, we will do watch-alongs for the World Cup. I'm half thinking about going to South America or something like that, or Canada. Ooh, Newcastle. Tonali. Newcastle. Newcastle. Shoot. Straight at the keeper. But Cal the Dragon jumps on it. Jacob Ramsey. Jacob Ramsey. What are your thoughts on the Scholes-Martinez beef, says Ura. I like it. I actually like it. I genuinely don't know what people are moaning about. Like, life can be pretty fucking boring these days because everybody's trying to cancel opinion and you can't say that, you can't say that. I actually quite like something that generates conversation. Ooh, ex-player doesn't rate current player. So what? What? So basically people are saying, well, they can't have that opinion because you're an ex-player. Of course you bloody can. What are you, have you a PO box for people to send you things, says Evan. No. I might get one, but then you'd open it up, you get a nice t-shirt from someone, a packet of shit from someone else. It's just not worth it. Rupert Grint is in a film called Thunderpants, says Jonathan. He's embracing it. Anyway, I am fond of the Guinness. I like. You know what? I'm unorthodox. I'm one of the people. Actually, I'm just going to tell you. I'm filming driving with Goldbridge tomorrow, so it should be out on Friday, hopefully. I am unorthodox. I do like Christmas and New Year, and I love. My favourite time of the year is September to Christmas, but I don't dislike January. I don't. There's loads of football. The NFL playoffs are always really good. So I don't dislike January. I really like March, St. Patrick's Day, Cheltenham. I like the last international break because the transfer window starts to hot up. So, yeah, just enjoy every day you get. That's what you should do. Hope you managed in the Sidemen charity match, says Havertz. I've got no chance. They've binned me off. I'm never going back, am I? Goldbridge Ball will be back one day, but I don't think it's going to be in that form. I always wanted to play as well. Always wanted to play. Is Bruno worth 400k a week, says Keel. I think it's what you want to pay, really, at the end of the day. He's a very important player. I mean, look, I would pay Erling Haaland 400 grand a week to come to Man United because I know he'll score me goals. So it's sometimes about that. Vipul says Kevin De Bruyne fell off last year. Salah and Van Dijk this year. The three Premier League greats of the last 10 years. Do you think the new Premier League era is upon us with a new style of play? I hope not, Vipul, because the new style of play is wank. Can't stand long throw-ins. Can't stand kicking it long from a kick-off. Can't stand set pieces. Can't stand everybody fouling goalkeepers. I hope it's not a new era. But I do agree with you. I think Salah has fell off this year. I don't think that's got anything to do with style of play. I think Van Dijk is struggling. I think De Bruyne was coming towards the end. It's the circle. Have you seen Ratatouille? Probably my favourite movie, says TM. I've heard of it. I've never watched it. We've got a Salah goal. Actually, that is the one game that I have neglected. Liverpool are 3-0 up against Karabag. Wirtz, Salah and McAllister with the goals. They're back. We're not saying that. 3 very difficult Premier League games coming up for Liverpool. Newcastle, City, and then Sunderland away. So Barcelona have equalised. If they get the winner, that would get Benfica into the qualifiers. If they can continue to hold on against Real Madrid, they're winning there. Arsenal winning 3-1 against Kairat. Ajax are losing to Olympiacos. Club Brugge 2-0 up against Marseille. Leverkusen are 2-0 up against Villarreal. Man City are 2-0 up against Galatasaray. 0-0 between Monaco and Juventus. Napoli, as we know, are 2-1 up against Chelsea. Pavos are 2-1 up against Slavia Prague. PSG 1-1. And still 0-0 between Union Saint-Gilles and Atalanta. And 0-0 between PSV and Bayern. Real pace here on the break from PSG. And he was a bit greedy, but they've still got it. And another bit of defending by Lewis Hall. And a free kick. So, the situation as it stands. Arsenal, I'm going to refresh this before I do it. Chelsea are in the qualifying positions. Tottenham are in 4th. Liverpool are in 3rd. Bayern are in 2nd. Arsenal are in 1st. Man City are in 5th. Real Madrid in 6th. And PSG and Newcastle are in there because they're drawing. But if Barcelona score a winner, they'll push Newcastle out. If Atletico Madrid score a winner, they'll push PSG out or Newcastle. And the same with Atalanta. And to be fair, the same with Inter. Liverpool have just scored a 4th. So it's a precarious situation for Liverpool, for PSG and Newcastle, because there's 4 teams that if they score a winner, they push them out. I remember last season, Man City were in the qualifiers. At the moment, Chelsea are in 13th, so they would play 5th in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, they play Napoli, which I don't know whether that can happen. Yeah, Chelsea would play Napoli at the moment in the knockout, which is strange. They would. It would be Chelsea against Napoli as things stand. I mean, obviously things might change, but. Have you had a Moscow Mule yet? Says Jade. No, but it looks good. And it's a goal for Newcastle. Oh, it's Willock offside. He can't believe it. He's took it well, but he's offside. He can't believe it. He can't believe it. He took it so well. Musiala's back. Oh, he's miles offside. He's absolutely miles offside as well. Such a big moment for Newcastle. Ripped away by a flag. Insured Frame says Chelsea versus Napoli winner plays Tottenham as it is right now. How do you figure that out? Insured Frames, you're probably right. You can map it, but how does it work? So Arsenal in 1st, who do they play? The middle 2 teams. We're having our own conversation here, but would Arsenal play Dortmund and Leverkusen 16 and 17? There is a draw for the knockouts. No, there's not a draw for knockouts, no. It's all mapped out. You can map it out now, can't you? Yeah, 16th and 17th play 1st, 15th and 18th play 2nd, and so forth. So you can mop it out. You can map it out. Yeah. So even if you're an Arsenal fan, you've got an idea. Ura says, what's your thoughts on Donald Trump? Yeah, we're not doing that. There's a draw for knockouts tomorrow. Well, there can't be a bloody draw because we already know. Bodo Glimt have scored. That's bad news for Atletico Madrid, but it's good news for the Newcastle and PSG because that's one team that is probably not going to win. Well, apparently there's a draw on Friday. What? Why? Why is there a draw? We already know who plays each other. Benfica again! 3-1. Well, explain to me why we need a Champions League draw. I've got no idea. Benfica are 3-1 up against Real Madrid. Barcelona, though, this is a big goal. Bodo Glimt have scored, but Barcelona have scored. This is going to change the complexity of the top 8 because Barcelona now will go into the top 8. That's going to change things a big style. Hold on to your horses. Big goal for Benfica. Big goal for Barcelona because that's going to put Benfica into the qualifiers and it's going to put Barcelona into the top 8 and it's going to take Newcastle out of the top 8. Barcelona are going to push Newcastle out and Benfica, well, I don't think Benfica are in. They're not. It's strange. It's proper strange. Well, why are Barcelona not in? Oh, I can't get this. No, Barcelona are not in. Barcelona are 9th. Even with the win. Got a goal here for Chelsea, though. That's going to knock Napoli out of the qualifying positions. It's João Pedro. It's all going on. We knew it would in the last half an hour. João Pedro. Somebody said João Pedalo. But he's João Pedro now. Esteban, Palmer. I tell you what, this is going to be what a goal. It's a great goal. That's a very good goal by João Pedro. It's sort of out of nothing. Tell you what, the Brazilians are doing it, aren't they? This Cunha against Arsenal, João Pedro against Napoli, outside the box, bang. I like this style of football. What a goal. He's loving it. I bet he's swearing as well. You can't really defend those. They've updated the table now. Barcelona are into the top 8. They're in 5th. Newcastle are out as things stand. Napoli are out as well. And Benfica, even though they're winning, are not in there. I don't know what they need to happen to get in. It's the Bodo Glimt result, yeah. It's the Bodo Glimt result that's doing them. It's going to be very hard for Benfica to get in. They need to score another goal. They're level on points, Benfica, with Bodo Glimt in 24th. But Bodo Glimt have got a better goal difference. It's tight. Keep an eye on it. Keep an eye on it. Search for UEFA Champions League bracket on Google, says Mrs. Stone. And Garage says, is this not the Super League? In a sense, but at least we've got our domestic leagues. The draw will be between 4 teams. For e.g., first and second will play against 15th, 16th and 17th or 18th. The draw will be between 4 teams. I don't get the point of the draw. Have a go. I don't think we need it. Why no more live shows, Mark? Dublin was class. Well, there's not definitively no more live shows. There's just not any planned at the moment. And if I explained why, you'd probably have a cow, because I'm working on a couple of other things at the moment. So, just can't do that at the moment. Madrid have got one back. Mbappe, 3-2. 5-0 to Liverpool. So yes, there is. 16 teams will discover who they will face in the Champions League knockout phase playoff draw on Friday. Proceedings start at 11 a.m. and will involve the teams that finish 9th and 24th in the table. The top 8 seeds in the league phase, including Arsenal and Bayern, automatically qualify for the last 16 and will avoid a potential fixture pile-up in February. The first legs of the playoffs take place on the 17th or 18th and the second legs are 1 week later. League placement also matters for teams involved in the playoffs. How does the playoff work? The process is simple. Clubs are paired together on where they finish at the end of the league. The team that finished 9th to 16th are the seeded pairs, while the 17th to 24th are unseeded pairs. The seeded pair is drawn against an unseeded pair. For example, 15th and 16th will face 17th and 18th. The seeded team will play the second leg at home. That's not simple. The seeded pair is drawn... okay. I don't get it. Yeah, I don't get that at all. Sorry. That's not what I thought happened. Come to Minnesota, the weather here is decent. I thought what happened is you don't need a draw because 9th plays 24th, 10th plays 23rd, 11th plays 22nd. I mean, that's just a simple way of doing it. Why are they messing about doing a draw? They're in brackets of 4, apparently. I mean, just what's the point? Why bother having a fucking draw? It's only so Ranieri can get himself on the telly, isn't it? Joyride says, I suppose if you did that you could lose on purpose to get an easier game. Hello says 9 or 10 plays 24 or 23. Okay, yeah. Did they do that? I think they did do that last year, didn't they, to be fair? Because I remember Real Madrid, Man City get pulled out. Thank you. Thanks everyone who's tuning in, by the way. Make sure you share the video and subscribe, bottom right hand corner. Advice Bridge, any ideas on how to get rid of a hickey? Got a particular bad one and need it gone ASAP. It's been a long time since I've had one of them, mate. I'd say ice it, but that can burn your neck. Someone says use a coin. Use a bit of makeup, yeah. Wooden spoon. PSV are going out, says LT. Well, look. The way it looks at the moment, hot take, Newcastle are still in 9th. PSG are in 8th. Real Madrid, Man City, Barcelona, Tottenham, Liverpool, Bayern Munich, Arsenal are in the top 8. Chelsea, with a win, would pull PSG out and go into the top 8 themselves. So Napoli need a win, otherwise they're out. So the next 20 minutes are going to be interesting. Harvey Barnes is on for Newcastle. Something's happened because Benfica are now 1 place off. And it must be because Bilbao are drawing with Sporting. It's getting interesting. Another goal for Barcelona. I mean, that's academical now. I said that about Barcelona. Don't ever think about... Barcelona seem to go behind in every Champions League game. They're 3-1 up now. Lewandowski, Yamal and Rafinha has just scored a penalty. Rashford on the bench. Yes, Sporting have equalised. No, sorry. Sporting have equalised against Bilbao. So that pushes them out of the top 24 and lets Marseille back in. Benfica would be in if Bodo Glimt, if Atletico Madrid equalise against Bodo Glimt. Napoli need to win, otherwise they're out. Oh, and they nearly did. Lovely cross into the box, but Chalobah got there first. Best way to find a girl before Valentine's Day, says Luke. There'll be an app for that, mate. There's an app for bloody everything now. There is a fucking app for everything now, isn't there? Good defended by Chelsea. Napoli still got it in the box. And they'll clear it away. Benfica are in there now, Mark. They are. They are. I can't figure out why. Marseille are as well. Why is that then? Somebody's dropped out. Is it Olympiacos? It must be Olympiacos. Yeah, it's because Ajax have scored against Olympiacos, yeah. I mean, that would be an amazing... I mean, look, Benfica have got to hold on against Real Madrid. There's still 20 minutes to go and it's 3-2. So if Benfica win, they're looking good at the moment. Of course, if Napoli win here, they push Benfica out. Oh, it's exciting. Lots going on. Only one red card as well, Slavia Prague. Huge fan, says Ismay. Thank you very much. Make sure you subscribed. Michael says, I hate to say it, but I have a strong feeling Liverpool will win the Champions League. Mate, I hate to say it. They've got absolutely no chance. And Liverpool fans who would normally back their club to the hilt, in their vast majority, would actually agree with me on this. There is no chance of Liverpool winning the Champions League. They're just not good enough. Jade says, would you rather sit through a FIFA World Cup draw or watch paint dry? Yeah, that was bad. I think I'd go with the paint drying this time. This is going to be a good result for Newcastle against PSG, though. I did not expect this. Handel says, no chance is a crazy take. And Dav, who's a Liverpool fan, says, someone clip this just in case. Look, Liverpool have won Champions Leagues in the past that nobody predicted they would win. So maybe no chance is a little bit steep. However, having watched Liverpool an awful lot this season, there would have to be a change of such magnitude. I just don't see it. In a way, it might be their best chance of getting back in it, because I can't see them getting in the top 5 the way things are going. The problem with Liverpool is I don't think Salah's about to become the old Salah, and I don't think Van Dijk's about to become the old Van Dijk, and I don't think that Kirkez is suddenly going to become the Bournemouth Kirkez. There's just and I don't think they're going to suddenly start scoring loads of goals either. So I think they've got too many problems to solve before the summer. Pat Butcher's coming on. Pat. They might not need him. Estevao. And it's a free kick against Estevao. How are Liverpool in 3rd place? They've done well. They've done well to get that. I mean, how are Spurs there as well? I mean, Spurs are shit, but their European record's very good. I mean, if you look at Spurs' European record, win the Europa League, 4th in the Champions League. And you can't dismiss that. Everybody plays 8 games. There's 36 teams, and Spurs are ahead of Barcelona, Man City, Real Madrid, PSG, Chelsea. I mean, they've only lost 1 game. I mean, I don't know whether Spurs played anyone decent. I can't remember. I mean, Dortmund, Frankfurt, but they didn't play Bayern, did they? They lost to PSG. What can I expect from Toby Collier as a Hull fan, says Cam. I tell you what, I do think there's a decent player there. He just needs to stay fit. Reece James just caught a late one there. So what we got? 15 minutes to go. There's a Napoli player down injured as well. Almaz has been booked. Lee Berman says a PSG and Real Madrid goal will push City out of the top 8. It won't. It'll push them down to 8th. I don't think City can get pushed out at all. Well, they could. If Chelsea, Real Madrid. A Real Madrid draw, a PSG win, and a Chelsea win pushes Man City out the top 8. Yeah. You're 8. Could still happen. Tottenham has scored again, 2-0 up against Frankfurt. Are Benfica going to hold on? Can Napoli get back? Chelsea would like a goal as well. They'd like to be in the top 8. An extra 2 games is not what you want. Lots going on. Tottenham 2, Frankfurt 0. Solanke. Spurs, you're never getting rid of Frank. His European record's fantastic. You're never getting rid of him. Newcastle have played very well in this second half, you know, and they're in down the right-hand side. Miley. PSV have scored. I don't know the context of that. They've equalised against Bayern. Does that put PSV back in? It probably does, because they've got a better goal difference. That pushes Benfica out. Bad news for Benfica. They're out again. They're down to 25th. And PSV are back in. It's going to go, in the last 10 minutes, it's going to be very interesting. Thanks for all the super chats tonight. You can do that through the $sign. 13 minutes to go. Lots can change. Benfica and Napoli are going out as things stand. Chelsea are going to be in the qualifiers with Newcastle as things stand. And Man City, Arsenal, Spurs and Liverpool all go through to the last 16. Madrid are losing 3-2. When is live cooking with Goldbridge's Football World? Not this week, because I'm doing driving with Goldbridge. As promised. Scooby-Doo's been hiding again, says PSG. He's playing a deeper role, though, isn't he, McTominay? I've not really seen him breaking forward. But look, McTominay does very well in the Italian league, but I'm not a revisionist in relation to what McTominay was like in the Premier League. Are they going to bring Lukaku on for the last 10 minutes? Against his former club. It's got to be worth a go, Conte. Pat Butcher. We haven't had another PSV goal, have we? No. People are still talking about the same one. Club Brugge have scored. Inter have scored. This makes things interesting as well because Inter Milan, with an extra 2 points, push PSG out. So PSG and Newcastle are now both out of the top 8 with that Inter goal pushing them in. Into the top 8 for Inter. Big goal. How much changes around are we going to have? DeMarco scored it as well in Dortmund. Dortmund are safe. They'll be in the qualifiers anyway. But Inter Milan have pushed PSG out. So both Newcastle and PSG are now going to be in the qualifiers. Marco says it's saddening what Ajax has become. The Dutch national team as well. There's been a bit of a decline there, hasn't there? Olympiacos are back in as well. They've scored against Ajax. That's bad news for Benfica. Yeah, Olympiacos are into the top qualifiers now. Benfica are 2 spots off. They're in 26th. It's not looking good for Benfica. I don't see how they get in now, even if they beat Real Madrid. Got a job for this summer and it's 10,000 miles away from the last girlfriend, says Jade. You're safe then. Lukaku is coming on. I said it might be worth it just for 10. Almaz and Spinazzola are off. They're going to go 2 up front here. Lukaku and Bakima on. Fun fact for English folks, Bodo winning over Atletico Madrid is the equivalent of Scarborough Athletic winning the same game. Hurts me as a Swede. That's interesting, Elliot. So Bodo Glimt, the Norwegians, winning over Atletico Madrid is the equivalent of Scarborough winning the same game. Hurts me as a Swede. Very interesting. Pedro, Chelsea, 3-2. Pedro has turned it on here. When he's on it, he's on it. He's just ridiculously inconsistent, isn't he? But that's a big goal as well. I think Bayern have scored 2. They've scored 1. Bayern. That pushes PSV back out, puts Marseille back in. Chelsea winning, puts them in. I'll tell you now, Chelsea are now into the top 8. And Inter Milan drop out. And PSG and Newcastle are well out at the moment. And Napoli are out, of course. I'm just waiting for it to update. It's taken a while. We'll give it a minute. Grooming with Goldbridge says, it's me. Yeah, we're not doing that. People will get the wrong idea. Little dink in. PSG have not been very good in this game. Again, you could argue Newcastle deserve it more. Real Madrid are down to 8th at the moment, apparently. Yes, they are. Chelsea are in 6th. Man City are in 7th. And Real Madrid, they're in 8th. I mean, if Real Madrid equalise, they go above Man City. And if PSG or Newcastle score a winner, they go above Man City and push them out. So Man City could... I mean, Arsenal fans will be praying for that. Sporting. What are Sporting doing? Are Sporting winning? Sporting are drawing. A goal for them wouldn't make any difference. Yeah. If Real Madrid equalise and either PSG or Newcastle win, then Man City would be out the top 8. Barcelona just scored again. Yeah, Napoli are going out 3-2. Good result for Chelsea. Good result for Azinia as well. Give him some credit. Avoiding a qualifier. Benfica are going to miss out by 1 spot. Unless they can score another goal. It's literally goal difference for Benfica and Athletic Bilbao and Pavos. In fact, Pavos could score another one. Against Slavia Prague's 10 men. Watch out for Pavos. I'd give all my dollars to have you commentate on footy, says Grand Prairie. Maybe one day, mate. Maybe one day. Anthony Gordon. Lays it off. Oh, great save by Cal the Dragon. That was a really good chance for Newcastle. Rashford scored for Barcelona. ML says, I was in Paris for my 27th birthday. It was at the PSG Spurs Champions League. PSG's midfield, Vitinha were balling. I was jealous about when we would play like that. Dembele, corner. Thanks everyone who's tuning in, by the way. Got nearly 13,000 watching. Please do share the video. That's a good save by Cal, that. Zaire Emery and Neves coming off. Qualifier for PSG again. They did it last year. They did it through the qualifiers last year. Pavos have scored again. That should, by my calculations, no, maybe not. I think they need another one again. There'll be -3 goal difference now, which puts them in the same position as Benfica and Marseille. But Benfica and Marseille scored more, so they need another one, and they'll join the party. What do Benfica need to be in there? They need a Bodo. They need. Oh, it's a goal! What a miss! What a miss! Harvey Barnes. Harvey Barnes. Harvey Barnes. That is a terrible miss. I can't speak. Harvey Barnes. What a miss on the back post. He was offside anyway, apparently. Well, keep an eye on it. They're pushing because they both know a win avoids the qualifiers. And you've got to give Newcastle. It wasn't offside, says Declan. It was just a bad miss. It's such a great... I'd have scored that. Someone just said Harvey Price. Well, he might have scored that, to be fair. If he connected right. They won't get a chance like that. Surely not again. But it's PSG on the attack now. Real Madrid in 8th. Inter Milan have done what they can do, but it won't be enough. PSG. I don't think there's potentially going to be any really good games in the qualifiers, are there? I mean, Newcastle are going to be the only one in it. Napoli are way out. Villarreal. I tell you what, Villarreal did shit in the Champions League, didn't they? I mean, call it what it is. Considering in La Liga, Villarreal are 4th. They've got 1 point from 8 games in the Champions League and they're 4th in La Liga. Shocking, really. Shocking. Copenhagen have scored. Liverpool have got 6. McAllister, Ekitike, Salah, Chiesa. 6 for Liverpool. And, well, unless we get any late drama now, it looks like it's going to be this. Eyes on PSG in Paris. Unlucky for Jose. Benfica beating Real Madrid, but going out on goal difference. There are always some big scalps, that's for sure. Hat-trick of assists for Van Dijk, says Daff. Still slot out, says Simon. Well, let's see what Liverpool do in their next 3 games, because they're going to be the big ones, aren't they? $58 goals tonight. Well, we're just sort of keeping our eye out for anything that could happen late on. PSG and Newcastle playing out a draw means they're both going to go in the qualifiers. I mean, Real Madrid could be in the qualifiers if we get a goal here. That's, you know, that's a great point. And they were in the qualifiers last year, weren't they? Because they lost to Man City, but that's going to go wide. I think they're going to get away with it. I think Real Madrid are going to be fine, even though they've lost. Still a couple of minutes to go. Chelsea have done very well. Give them credit. It's a good result against Napoli. Palmer finally fit and back cooking. Finally 2 assists, says Max. PSG on the attack. Dembele tries to get the shot off. I can't see PSG winning the Champions League again. They're a good side, but I just think, I said it in the summer, the fatigue of that season and then straight into a Club World Cup and then straight into another season. I just think that to not have any break makes it very difficult. United says Maguire's going to Wrexham. I've not heard anything about that. Is Conte in trouble, says Ryan? No, I don't think so. I mean, you'd probably be expecting to. Well, the fourth in the Italian league, and they've only won 1 of their last 5. So they have been struggling a little bit, Napoli. But I think they've had a lot of injuries, haven't they? Inter have scored again. They can score as many as they bloody well like. It won't make any difference. Kairat have scored against Arsenal. 3-2. Pavos are going to knock Marseille out. They're going to knock Marseille out. Pavos. They're going to go into 24th with a -2. Napoli nearly scored as well, which would have knocked Chelsea out. It's all going on here, but watch out for Pavos. Have they got the 4th goal? Has it been given? David Luiz plays for Pavos. It's over in Germany. Tottenham win and another clean sheet, says Jade. Could see us winning the Champions League. I never knew you were a bloody Spurs fan, Jade. You don't act like a Spurs fan. You were ruthless at Christmas, keep staying with your girlfriend to get presents, then dumping her on New Year's Eve. I mean, that's the mentality of a winner. That's not the mentality of a Spurs fan. Pavos still need another, apparently. Sporting, what does that do? God knows. I don't even know. Sporting get an extra 2 points. Puts Real Madrid into the playoffs. Real Madrid are going to be the big losers. It's a draw in Paris. So Man City are safe. Unlucky for Arsenal. Man City are safe. So Man City won't have to play an extra 2 games, which might have helped Arsenal in the title race. But Real Madrid are out of the top 8 as things stand. And unless... Well, no. If Real Madrid get a late equaliser, then that would push Man City out. So keep an eye on that. Real Madrid are 9th at the moment, and they're losing against Benfica. But a draw could change it. Madrid are 9th. Again, second year in a row, not in the top 8 for Real Madrid. What's going on? And it's over in Naples. Napoli head out. Chelsea in the top 8. Good result for them. Very good result for them. And we just keep an eye on now for Real Madrid. Who we've still got about 4 minutes here. Now this has got connotations because Man City at the moment are facing the prospect of dropping out of the top 8 if Real Madrid, or has something changed? Oh, they're wrong there. Has the Sporting goal been ruled out? No. Why have they got Sporting? No, they've changed it now. Very slow on the goal show on TNT. Not as quick as us on That's Football. So yeah, Real Madrid are out of the top 8 as things stand. But if they could get a late draw against Benfica, then that would pop them through. Unfortunately for Benfica, there's not a lot. They're gone. I don't think there's a prospect. There's no way in for Benfica now. There's not a game left that's going to help them. Yeah, they're all over. Unless Atletico Madrid equalised against Bodo Glimt, then Benfica will be gone no matter what. And unlucky. If Benfica score, they're in. They just need a goal. We might have an interesting last 3 minutes here. Yeah, goal for Benfica will push them in. I thought Pafos were in. What's happened to Pafos? Have they conceded? I thought Pafos got in. No, they needed one more. Well, Benfica are surely going to go for this. They need one more goal. It's over in Madrid. So Bodo Glimt, yeah, it's now. This is the last game of the night. Basically, Real Madrid are down to 10. And Benfica have got to try and score a goal. Someone's looking for a penalty. Gav says one penalty. What's going on here? We'll get to grips with it. Make sure you've subscribed. Subs are coming on. Last 3 minutes. Man City fans will be supporting Benfica here. Bodo Glimt have won in Madrid as well. Can we get on with the bloody game? They're messing about. There's going to be about 20 minutes added on here. So probably got another 5 minutes here. Fasten your seatbelts. Jose Mourinho. Can he do it? He'd love to do it. I mean, it's a good result for them anyway, isn't it? Beating Real Madrid. They've been a little bit unlucky with some of the results. I mean, if Bodo Glimt would not have been expecting to win. Benfica in the La Liga table, in the Portuguese Liga table, are third. 10 points off Porto, who haven't lost a game all season. Benfica haven't lost a game all season. They've just drawn 6. Free kick to Real Madrid. Looking forward to the Super Bowl, Mark. Have you decided who you want to win it? Patriots, Sully. Yeah. Rub says, calm down, Arsenal. We're not winning the Champions League this season. Says Rub. Well, Real Madrid is still attacking here. Now, look, if you're an Arsenal fan, you want a Real Madrid equaliser because that pushes Man City out of the top 8 and gives them 2 extra games. I want a Benfica goal because I think they're very unlucky to be going out. Then again, it's what you do over an 8-game run, isn't it? They've got to try and attack here. We couldn't get Madrid, Man City again in the round of 16. Oh, no, in the round of 16 we could, yeah. Why is the Benfica goalkeeper playing for time? Is he... Have they not figured out they need a goal? Has nobody told the goalkeeper that they need to attack? The people in the ground know, but the Benfica goalkeeper doesn't seem to have figured it out that they need to attack. Insured Frames has gifted 50 memberships. You're a legend, pal. Thank you very much. Yeah, Benfica do need a goal. They're in 25th. They're not in the qualifying positions without another goal. We've got another red card here as well. 2 players sent off for Real Madrid. Benfica, bloody go for it. Why did he get sent off? What did he get sent off for? Closing down the ball. Right, Benfica have got to try and score a goal here. He's sending the goalkeeper forward. Imagine if Benfica were to score here. Get the keeper up. Get everybody up. There probably is still a minute or two to be added on because there was a lot of added time at the end of it. Get in! Oh, what a goal, the keeper! This is football heritage! Hang it in the Louvre! Oh, what a goal by the goalkeeper! Jesus, thank you! Oh, great! Great! Absolutely love this game! You can switch off everything and go to a moment like that. That is football. We were there. We were there. We were there. We were there. Get in. Jose Mourinho. Jose Mourinho. Jose Mourinho. Jose Mourinho. Get in. Get in. Brilliant. Get in. Oh, it's madness. It's madness. It's madness. What a header by the keeper as well. Bloody hell, stick him up front. Look at that. That's Real Madrid. Look at that head. It's a bloody good header as well. The Benfica goalkeeper, we've watched it live. Absolutely brilliant. Wow, you know what? He's a goat of the game, Mourinho. What a moment. Oh, I'm so glad that that's just the way the night's panned out. Absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible. Has he blown the whistle as well? Was that the final touch of the ball? I mean, that is... I didn't realise it was the last touch of the game. I still thought there was going to be a couple of minutes. That is it. That is... Oh, I tell you what. That is absolute cinema. That was brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. So, wow, you can't argue with this Champions League, can you? I mean, we love it on this channel. We'll do the draw on Friday. All the knockout games. But look, the format's fantastic. That was the last game going as well. Benfica were beating Real Madrid 3-2, but because of goal difference, they were going to be 25th, and you've got to be in 24 to get in the qualifiers. Well, there is always a loser, though. Marseille drop out because of that goal on goal difference. But look, Benfica have just beaten Real Madrid 4-2, and they will go. They could. The thing is, they could play each other. They could play each other. Then, am I right in saying that Real Madrid, Inter Milan, Benfica, and Bodo Glimt, one will play? So Real Madrid could end up playing Benfica now. They're in the same pot. Is that how it works? So I think that's how it works. But they're not still out. Benfica are through. Marseille are out. So Benfica and... Let me get this right. Benfica and Real Madrid and Inter Milan, 9 and 10, go in with 23 and 24, which is Bodo Glimt and Benfica, and they'll play each other. So basically, Jose Mourinho is guaranteed to play a former club that he managed. I mean, he has managed a lot of clubs now. Respect Real Madrid for losing so Jose can qualify, says DVO. Explain to me how Spurs are fourth. I mean, Robert, I know. Need a Royal Rumble watch along? I'll pay you beer. I'll buy you beers, says Grand Prairie. When is the Royal Rumble? I used to love watching that. Sully says, my man, I knew I liked something about you. Thanks, pal. That was just pure cinema. Absolutely loved that. Absolutely loved it. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. There was something I was going to say. I've completely forgotten. So, yeah, PSG and Newcastle, 11 and 12. Get to play Karabag or Monaco. I don't actually think there's going to be many. I probably wouldn't do watch-alongs for the qualifiers because there's not really going to be any great games. Benfica, Bodo Glimt, Karabag, Monaco, Galatasaray, Club Brugge, Olympiacos are going to be playing all the big teams. So should be straightforward games, really, but we're not going to get a Real Madrid Man City anyway. But look, it was that was incredible, and what a header! What a header! I mean, they needed a goal in the last second with the last attack. That's one thing, but for your goalkeeper to score it with his head is absolutely incredible. Fantastic, absolutely fantastic. Well done to Chelsea. They get through in the top 8. Well done to Man City. They get through in the top 8. They join Liverpool, Spurs, and Arsenal. Spurs fans, you ain't never getting rid of. You ain't never getting rid of your coach. Right, don't forget on Saturday we've got a mad watch-along day on Saturday. We've got Arsenal Leeds at 3, West Ham Chelsea at 5:30, and then Liverpool Newcastle at 8. We've got Spurs against Man City on Sunday. We've got Bundesliga live match footage on Friday night. Premier League predictions with me and Robbie on Friday morning as well. So loads to get your teeth into. And it's moments like that that make communities like this. We saw it live together, and that's football. Thank you so much, everybody. I am doing the Super Bowl a week on Sunday as well. I'll tell you all about that. But get involved with That's Football. These moments are great, and we share them together. Take care, everyone. Stay safe, and I'll speak to you on the next one.